Hi, welcome to our Fabulous Beach Stays series. I'm Ananya. I'm a junior content manager with Trip 101, and today we're going to be speaking to a property that's located in Bataan. It's called Playa La Caleta, and today we have Mix joining us from La Caleta. Mix is the owner of the property, and today we're going to be discussing all about his property and the location, which is Bataan. So let's begin. Mix, why don't you start by introducing yourself and your property?
Okay. Thank you, Ananya and Trip 101 for inviting us today. So, yes, my name is Migs Camacho. I am the president and owner of Playa La Caleta, which is located in Morong, in the province of Bataan. Bataan is actually it's in Luzon, and from Manila, it's about a 3-hour car ride. Playa La Caleta is actually Spanish for beach cove. So playa means beach and caleta means cove. Essentially, we are a private beach cove, so we don't have any neighbors. Basically, a 100-hectare property would be a nature park where we have three waterfalls and a beautiful hiking trail and an array of flora and fauna. And on the front side, we have a 1 kilometer beach that has white sand. And 100 meters out, uh, it would still be waist deep. Um, on the left side of the cove, we have a 1 hectare island called Miguelito Island, where you can find our eagle sanctuary, cliff diving, small hiking trail, a lot of snorkeling spots, and many other activities. Just to add, Playa La Caleta isn't a hotel. Since we are in a nature park, this is really an eco destination. So we are what we call ourselves as we are a nature resort. So as a nature resort, we try to lessen the human footprint on the land. And we did not build a hotel here, but rather we have glamping tents for people to stay in.
That sounds lovely. So you're really quite secluded and quite in the midst of nature.
Yes, very much. Eh, Bataan is blessed because it has a lot of nature preserves, and it's quite near to Manila. You don't need to take an airplane to get to a destination that looks like this. Traditionally, you take a 1, 2, 3 hour plane ride to go to Palawan, Siargao, all these beautiful places around the Philippines. And in our case, you don't need to take an airplane ride. All you need to do is get into a car and drive. No? So the idea is, the amount you'd spend for a plane ticket is what you'd probably spend in our place. And another thing is that a trip to Playa La Coleta doesn't need to be a special trip. It doesn't need to be like a birthday or anniversary or a reunion with friends. That typically happens once or twice a year, right? So what we want with the experience in Playa La Caleta is we want to be your regular beach destination, your weekend getaway. So we want you coming back to our place more than once, maybe every week, every month, because it's just that easy to come here, and budget wise, it won't break the bank.
That sounds lovely. Could you tell me more about when was the nature resort, we'll call it? When was it started? Did you start it yourself?
Okay, we've had this in our family for many decades already. But in 2017, two things occurred. One is that the electrical supply of the area in general um, was established, and number two, we were able to create a small water dam supply inside our river stream inside the property. So when the water and electrical supply were established in 2017, that's when we decided to open up the property to for people to enjoy. Um, Although we had the pandemic, so practically we were closed for 2 years, and in those 2 years, we used that to improve the facilities and establish our activities.
Oh, okay. So it's been about 7 or 8 years.
Yes, yes, that's true. Less 2 years for COVID from COVID from the COVID pandemic. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Uh, we'd like to know more about the beach that's there at your property. So, could you tell us more about? You already mentioned like it's about a kilometer long, but could you share more details about what sort of activities can be enjoyed at the beach?
Yeah. So as a nature resort, the main character of the experience would be really what you find i- uh, in our beach and in our forest area behind the beach. Uh, we have three stations. We call it three stations inside the cove. So the first station is called the tidal station. In the tidal station, it's on the right side of the cove. It's where you have our camping areas and our huts, our air-conditioned beach huts that are on the beach. Um, there is a small tidal pool. There is a tidal pool there that has brackish water, which is spring water mixing with salt water. The tidal pool is very shallow. It's just like above your ankles. But there you would find a lot of starfish, sea anemone, little fish. So it's great for kids and other people to explore. Next would be main station. Main station is, uh, the center of the cove where we have again white sand beach, and we have air conditioned cottages, beach cottages, and couples glamping tents directly on the beach. For the activities, all our activities are nature friendly. So first we have beach sports like volleyball, beach tennis, badminton, all these activities that will be friendly to nature. But also we have a myriad of water sports. And again, all our water sports are nature friendly. So if you're looking for a jet ski or a banana boat ride, unfortunately, you won't find it in our place. But what you'll find in our place would be water sports activities like sailing. So we teach people to go sailing, windsurfing, bodyboarding, skimboarding. Um, we have a snorkeling. We have a underwater museum. So as part of the art program of Playa La Caleta, we've invited artists to create sculptures that have been submerged into our underwater museum, which is at about 20 feet deep, perfect for snorkeling. And these underwater sculptures are now actually living organisms because they've become coral reefs themselves. So it's part of our coral reef building program and art program, and that's why we established the underwater museum so that people can know about marine conservation, and at the same time take a really good underwater selfie and share it with friends. We also have as part of our other programs on the beach, we also have a giant clam adoption program. So guests can actually adopt a giant clam. They're endangered, and the idea is to have a deeper beach experience. You typically go to the beach to you know have a few drinks or have a picnic and take some pictures. But what we're trying to go after is we want you to have a deeper beach experience. So something like adopting a giant clam is sort of like being a parent to that clam. it gives you a very significant reason to keep coming back to the place because we will tell you how much it's grown, when its birthday is, what it looks like now. So that's one aspect. We are also a pawikan or green turtle hatchery and sanctuary. So during the months of November to March, the green turtles come to our beach to lay their eggs. We take care of them in the hatchery and we do some releasings uh, after that. So guests can actually participate in that too. Um, and then during the months of July to September, that's when the waves come in. So we are facing the West Philippine Sea. And that's when we have our surf school and our PLC Surf and Skim Cup, which is going on. We're on our fourth year now. It's a very it's a great event. The national team, the surfing professionals come to join that event, as well as the youth. It's really also for the youth, the local youth, and it's really something to if you just want to participate or observe, it's really a great event. But our surf school, it's open to everybody. We teach surfing on all levels. And then aside from our water sports activities, we also have a vibrant art program. So we have art painting classes on the beach. So you're painting the beach landscape, the island landscape, and we do those things. We also do arts and crafts. We have these workshops where we invite artisans to help our guests design things, make art. We also have yoga and meditation. We also have photography. We also have beach party events like music festivals. We just had an indie music festival attended by 300 people. It's really amazing. And actually, Playa La Caleta is also good for weddings. We've had several island weddings, beach weddings here, and it's really something special for the bride and groom. And finally, I think the team buildings, companies, corporate outings, uh, always come to Playa La Caleta for their activities. It's a great way for people to escape city life, see some stars, which you don't see in the city anymore, um, and really just connect with nature. So I would say there's about 50 to 100 things that you can do in Playa La Caleta. That's really all nature friendly and very engaging.
Wow, that's a pretty extensive list of things that can be done, and all
It
of these are
is.
such differing from each other, like the art museum, then the climate option, and so many other things that you have just described. All these initiatives that you're taking to preserve and conserve nature are also really
Yeah,
impressive.
I haven't even mentioned the others. We have an organic farm where people can pick veg. It's called farm tourism. So we give you a basket, you can pick vegetables and fruits. So it's either you have it cooked there in our restaurant or you can bring it home. We also have an animal and bird rescue sanctuary. So we rescue animals and people can interact with them and know more about them. So again, there's just so many things you can do in our place. If you're a food lover, we have our own restaurant, cafe, and a beach bar, where we have Rockyoki. Have you heard of Rockyoki?
Oh no, I haven't. What's that?
Okay, okay. So we do not allow videoke in the beach here in our place, which is, you have that screen and the mic and you're singing. Because imagine if everyone was there and it will be too noisy, right? So what we have is Rockyoki. We have a band that comes in and you can request any song you like and they can play it and you can sing with the band. So that's why we call it Rockyoki.
Oh
And
wow.
when that happens at night, there's usually a communal bonfire with s'mores and the hot chocolate. And then we usually end it with a fire dancing event. We have a really, really good fire dancer that part of our team. And so even at night, there's really a lot of things to do.
That's great. That's great. Do most of these activities continue all the year round, or do you have like a specific period during which you recommend guests to come?
Yeah. So, like for example, during the months of June, July, August, September, maybe October, these months are part of the Habagat season or Southwest monsoon season. It's usually the rainy season here in the Philippines, here in Bataan. And during these months, we try to highlight our hiking program. So we have three waterfalls in our hiking trail. It's open to beginners. My kids do it all the time, and seniors do it. So it's like a 2 kilometer rolling hiking trail that leads to three waterfalls. So usually during the rainy season, that's perfect. During the rainy season, you also have the waves. So we try to highlight our surfing. But when November starts, that's where you have Amihan, which is the north east northeast winds. So it's quite windy, it's very sunny. That beach vibe comes back, and that's where we have our sailing, windsurfing, and other things and that's when Pawikan season also starts. So there's basically 2 seasons where we are, the activities that are suitable for each period.
Oh, okay. Do you have like any really busy months where you would advise guests to book quite a bit in advance?
Oh, well, personally, my favorite time to PLC if I bring friends or family is I try to bring them on the weekdays because there's a great chance that if you go or group in the place. So sort of like an open secret that we always tell friends and family to do, which is to book on weekdays. On the weekends, I think the most busy months would be the summertime. So let's say March, April, May on the weekends would be very busy. But we're a small place, meaning to say we can only accommodate 300 people, 300 to 350 people. So when we say a lot, we mean like 200 to 300 people, which is really okay, just okay, right? Um, but for me, the best time, the months, if we were talking about months, would be November to February because it's very windy, very cold, very cool. And at night, since it's the northeast winds, the winds are coming down from the mountains. And when they come down from the mountains, the canopy of the trees trap the air. And when they reach the beach, it's like an air conditioning unit. That feeling that it's so cold at night. It's like 19, 20 degrees, 21 degrees at night. So it's really the best time to go during the months of November to February. But all year round, there's something for everybody. And depends on what you want to do. We're a place where you can take a car again, right? So it doesn't need to be such a overly planned beach trip. I mean, you can just decide today to come tomorrow and then be in Playa La Caleta tomorrow. So
Yeah. So the best time is really weekdays between November to Feb.
yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. But during March, April, May, the water's turquoise, clear, white sand, and we have amazing sunsets on the beach. And
I was just
again,
going to ask you. I was just going to ask
yeah,
you whether you're a sunset or a
it's been
sunrise.
yeah, we are a sunset beach. During sunset. So the third station, I forgot to mention. So we have the tidal station, the main station, and on the left side we have the sunset station. So on that side, near the island, you'll find our beach lofts. These are like nature looking huts, 2-story huts that are not air conditioned, but are directly facing. On the left it would be the island, and they're directly on the beach. But the sunsets there are truly amazing. Everywhere and anywhere you look at, it's orange, even your skin, everything during sunset. And you can really see the sun kissing the water, eventually going down. But on the main station, that's where we have our family glamping tents. These family glamping tents are yeah, they're big. There's about 56 square meters. It can fit about 5 to 8 people. It has two air conditioning units inside. It has its own bathroom. Um, but they are facing our natural pools. We've established these natural four pools that are sort of borrowing water from the waterfalls because they just borrow it for a few seconds before they put it out to the ocean, back to the beach. So we have four natural pools, and the family glamping tents are facing those pools. So again, there's these corners and pockets of things where there's so many things going on. There there are variations of accommodations suitable for the number of people you're in your group or your budget or what you want to do.
Right. You've already given us a preview into it, but let's go deeper into the type of accommodations that you now have. You already mentioned the glamping tents. What about the rooms in the main property?
Okay. So first, let's go from the biggest to the smallest, okay?
Okay.
So the family glamping tents are about 56 square meters. It has a queen size bed, it has two single beds, it has a loft bed, and it has a sofa bed inside. So it's a really big tent. It has a dining table inside, a TV, a ref, its own bathroom heater with a bidet, toilet, two horsepower air conditioning units. Um, it's covered in a tarp material, which is part of our environmental program because during COVID times, the billboard companies along in the city closed down. And one way for us to help them was we bought all their tarpaulin materials that they couldn't advertise with since it was COVID. So that's what we use to for our tents. These tents, family glamping tents, we have 20 of them. So, if you're a big group, we can fit about 150 people, 120 to 150 people in those 20 glamping tents. And they're all facing a river stream or natural pool. Next would be the couples glamping tent. So it's a miniature version of that tent. We have nine of those. They're located in one corner of the beach with compound. You can only fit two people, queen size bed inside, a closet, and one air conditioned unit. Um, but they have a common bathroom pavilion. So all these nine couples glamping tent share a private and exclusive bathroom pavilion. Next would be our cottages. So our beach cottages, we have eight of them. They're on the beach, directly on the beach. So when you open up the window or the door, it's the sand and the sea. These are actually air conditioned too. They can fit about 3, 4 people. So it's like a beach. It's a hut. It's like a beach cottage. That can fit about 3 to 4 people. It has a table and it has a common bathroom pavilion. And then we have a smaller version of that. We call it the beach gazebos. So those are also on the beach, directly on the beach. We have 20 of those. It's also air conditioned. Beddings are included, it has a common bathroom pavilion. There are field toilets and showers out there. All our outdoor showers are part of our art program. They're painted by famous artists from around the world. So you'll be showering with beautiful art. But yeah, we have a lot of bathroom and shower facilities for the beach gazebo. So we have 20 of them. So they can fit about 2 to 3 people. Next would be our tree houses. So we have three houses. They are also air conditioned. They can fit about 3 people inside. They are in an area where the birds are actually it's like the mating area of birds. So it's full of audio of birds chirping, and the view would be our fish pond. It's like a natural fish pond where we have goose and two or three types of fish, and they're very near the beach too. And then we have the beach lofts, which I mentioned earlier. So these are two-story huts. They are only accommodations that are not air conditioned. They're fan based. But again, if you go on the right month, you won't even need a fan. It's too cold. Um, but it's beautiful. It's a two-story hut with a concave kogon or nipa roofing facing the island and the beach. We have 20 of those, and that can fit about two people each. And then for the campers, we have a sprawling camping area where you can either bring your own tent or we could provide a tent for you, complete with beddings.
That's quite a lot of different options that you have for various types of travelers. Which of these rooms or different types of comps have the best view of the beach?
There's several. So the couple's glamping tent, the beach cottages, the beach gazebos, and the beach loft all have amazing views of the beach. Because, like I said, we're a 100-hectare property, and the beach is like 1 kilometer long, and all of them share there. But the family glamping tents, even though they're facing our natural pool, they're only 50 steps away from the beach.
Also, no matter which one you pick, you'll always be near the beach or you'll be facing it.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
That's how we
That's lovely.
planned it. Yes.
Yeah. Um, could you tell us a bit more about some of the amenities that you mentioned earlier? You mentioned your restaurant and bar, etc. So, could you give us more details about those?
Okay. Yes. So we have the restaurant, we have a cafe that serves many kinds of coffee. The restaurant serves Filipino food. We also have a fruit bar where fresh fruit can be made into a shake or a tanghulu or just fresh juice. And we have two bars. One is called the Shark Bar, which is within the restaurant, and then we also have a beach bar, which is on the main station on the beach. Yeah, aside from that, we also have a general store. So we have like a convenience store inside the beach on the beach if if you need supplies or other snacks. So that's also available. Now guests can also bring food, if they want to grill something or they want to bring something, or they just need to pay a little corkage fee, and that's also an option. But the restaurant is quite excellent. For me, I really love the restaurant. Even me, I eat there all the time, so I never get tired of it. So, and then we have specials that we do on the weekends as well.
That's really thoughtful of you that there's already plenty of dining options, and then there's also a convenience store in case they want to pick something up. Plus, of course, they can get their own food. I guess that comes in handy for the campers also when they want to grill food and stuff.
So yeah, usually when we have a team building activity or a company outing, we prepare a set menu or a buffet. And you know what? We have this special service. It's called Boodle Fight by the Streams. So for a minimal fee, we set up a table and picnic tables on the river stream. So your feet are actually submerged in water, and you have a boodle fight there, which is a Filipino type of picnic where you have the rice and seafood, grilled meats, and everything sprawled on the picnic table. So it's quite an experience. We can also set up a beach buffet. If you're staying in the cottage or the gazebo, or we can our team can set up a picnic table with full service there on the beach. And then for the romantics out there, we also set up very beautiful beach dinners on the beach. So we've had quite a number of proposals and engagements done during these beach dinners.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I really like that river stream toe dipping that you
Yeah,
mentioned. Sounds so calm
yeah,
and relaxing.
you have to experience that at least once, right?
Yeah. Um, You were mentioning the type of cuisines that you have at the restaurant earlier. Could you tell us a bit about like some specialty dishes that you might have or something that's a bestseller for you?
The best seller would be our bilaos. Bilao is it's good for sharing. It's like good for 4 to 5 people, 3 to 5 people. So in the bilao, there's like 6, 7, 8 types of viands there. Grilled seafood, shrimp, crab, grilled pork, um, grilled fish, sinigang, which is a sour soup, the famous Filipino sour soup. Um, so everything is already there in that bilao. It's presented in a very nice fiesta, picnic type arrangement, and it's meant to be shared with family and friends. So that's one. We also have my personal favorite is the binakol. So it's a chicken soup done using coconut juice. So it's also really good. And of course, our fresh seafood. We have sashimi, ceviche, or as we call it, kilawin, and or have it grilled or cooked in butter. So the grilled seafood in Bataan is really good. So I also recommend that. For dessert, I really love our gabi ice cream. So it's a local delicacy in the province of Bataan. So it's something to try. Just a lot of these small local Filipino delicacy foods that we want people to try. At first I was thinking, what kind of food should we offer? And thinking of doing continental, Japanese, and all these other cuisines. But as we kept going back and staying in Playa La Caleta, it really just makes sense to offer Filipino food because that's really what we want for both locals and foreigners to experience when you're in Playa La Caleta.
It's great that you went with local cuisine and local dishes that would also help you source locally, right? The ingredients and everything would be
Yes,
quite
that's right.
fresh. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a great way to sort of showcase your local cuisine as well within your menu. I'm sure that's appreciated by your
Yeah.
guests.
Yeah.
Are there any other amenities or any other activities at the property that you'd like to talk about?
Well, like I said, there's so much activities here. The place is so big and there's just a lot of variety that you can find. Just the flora and fauna is perfect for bird watchers, photography, hiking activities. We have activities in land, air, land, and sea. For the air, we have our eagle sanctuary, kite flying, night sky photography, and then on land you have all these art conservation programs, sports activities, and under the sea we have pawikan, turtles, underwater museum, and our snorkeling and our giant clams and our water sports. So there's really so much things for everybody to do. But in terms of events, yearly we have several music festivals going on. We have tree planting activities that's enjoyed by the kids and companies and families. It's a way of saying thank you to Mother Nature for providing us with all these blessings. We also have monthly beach cleanups where we give talks. It's very informative, and we form an art sculpture using the recyclable trash that we gather. So it's trying to blend conservation and art in that case. We also have our Surf Cup. Our fourth PLC Surf and Skim Cup is coming up. We're looking at about 100, 120 surfers joining this year. We also have our regular Rockyoki DJs, bands, fire dancing events. So host a lot of TV shows and movies that make us their location. So who knows, when you come, there might be a celebrity beside you. but we never post those. We try to keep the privacy of our guests and the people who go to our place. And yeah, it's just weddings as well. So the best would be to check out our website or maybe our Facebook or Instagram because we regularly post and highlight activities that we would do in the month or in the week. But what I would like just to say is there's really something for everybody here, whether you're old or young, whether you're adventurous or you just want to kick back and go to our book library and pick a book and read, or you just want to do yoga or you want to party, you want to, so there's just so much things. You can feed the fish, just in our shoreline. What we do is we get stale bread from the restaurant, no? And then we give it to guests and they can feed fish right there and then on the beach. Hundreds of fish. So, if you're we have free diving clinics and you can actually ride the car underwater with the fish and it's growing. It's becoming a really, really nice coral reef. So yeah, there's just really so much for everybody.
I like the way you said you've covered all three spheres like air, water, and land, anything and everything that one
Yeah.
can imagine being able to do on the beach. And you've already sort of thought of it and provided it as an activity for them to try out. Especially
Yeah.
you've also thought of various age groups that, kids can be near the pool and the natural pool that you mentioned, and then all of these other things which can attract any and every age group that there is. So that really sounds quite lovely. And the fact that you have been so carefully, you have curated these activities for your guests.
We're just custodians here. That's how I feel about it. We were given all these blessings by Mother Nature to take care of. And I just feel that we are custodians. We're just setting up the stage for people to come and enjoy it, immerse with it, witness it, be part of it. And that's why a big part of our program would be our conservation programs. They're really at the heart also of our core business here. And they are the main character. Nature here is the main character. And I just feel that we're just setting the stage, as a custodian of this blessing. And that's what I want people to go home with, a deeper sense of a beach experience that probably they won't find in other places because other places won't have this much things to do. But there's just so many things here that I guess that's the reason why when you come here, you can't just come here once, You have to maybe come here several times and do a specific thing, Uh, going to the beach shouldn't be a special once a year trip. In the Philippines, we have 7,100 islands. It's just simply not the case that you go to the beach once a year for a special event or something. Uh, here in the Philippines, going to the beach should be natural. It's like just going to the mall or, something like that. So we're set up that way. You can take a car. In a few years, the new bridge from Cavite, which is a nearby town, will be connecting to Bataan. There's also a ferry system being set up. But just it's just a 2.5 to 3 hour car ride through really good roads. You can come here as much as you want. We have a travel passport. So as the more you come, the bigger discounts you get.
That's quite nice. I was saying I love that sentiment that going to the beach should be just like going to the mall. It
Yeah,
should be just so everyday and so common. And there's so much more and waiting for you there, right, on the beach.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
We have
You
so many we have so many repeat guests. This family's been going. I think they've been here like 15 times already. So
15 is quite a lot, so they must really love it there.
I guess so, yeah. So some of them are from Manila, some of them are from Bataan or other provinces.
Right, right. Could you, a while ago, you had mentioned that you're quite secluded. Could you tell us about your neighborhood a little bit, like outside of the property once someone steps out? Is there something around for them to explore, or is it they would have to stay within the property itself?
Oh, okay. So when we started, actually, there was no road going to our place. So what people would do is they would go to a port and travel about 10, 12 minutes on the coastline and then reach our place. So you take that for like a 10, 12-minute ride and then you'll get to the beach. But during COVID, what we did was we established a road. It's a 3-kilometer cemented road where guests can now bring their cars and go down or park at our highway parking lot and then take our shuttle because the road's quite interesting. It's not flat, it's not straight. I mean, it's winding, there are hilly parts. So if you're not comfortable with that, you can just park at our highway parking lot and then take our shuttle van going down. If you go outside of our place, there's really a lot of things to do in Bataan. You know, we're also promoting historical tourism because we are a World War II site. Uh, so a lot of World War II historical events occurred in Bataan. In fact, in we found some cannon shells in our hiking trail a few years ago because we were actually called the Mauban Defense Line. So during World War II, the Japanese came to fight with the Americans and the Filipinos who retreated near our place. And, so there's a lot of history there. So if you go outside of our place and tour Bataan, there's so much to explore, like Mount Samat, which is a historical shrine, nearby restaurant. There's just so many things that you can also do outside our resort. Although, again, I just don't do that too much because like I told you, there's so much to do in our place. If you spend a weekend in our place, it wouldn't simply be enough.
That's right. You already have so much to do on the property itself. Did you say it was a 3 kilometer stretch? Is it from the city center of Bataan, or
No, it's from our high lot above the resort.
oh, from the highway?
Yeah, from the highway. We have a parking lot in the highway where you can park your car and then take our shuttle going down.
Okay. And how far are you from the center of Bataan?
Oh, the town about 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's pretty great. That in case someone's missing civilization, it's quite nearby. But simultaneously,
Yeah.
they're also in this quiet, secluded spot that you have at the property.
Yeah, so some people go to town. Like I said, there are some nice restaurants there, some interesting places to look at. So I guess it's also an option. I usually recommend Mount Samat, which is about an hour away going home. Like it's on the way home. It's really an interesting site. It's a 300-foot cross with a monument and museum at the foot, um, with spectacular views and a lot of information about the heritage and history of Playa, of Bataan.
I think we've covered quite a bit of what all can be done once a guest lands up at Playa La Caleta. So that's pretty wonderful. There's an extensive list of things that they can do at the nature resort itself. And then quite nearby, there are several other options as far as
Yeah.
visiting restaurants or going to see some historical sites is concerned as well. So that's pretty
Yes.
great.
Yes, for sure.
Uh, I hope a lot of people find uh, Playa La Caleta, a location to sort of plan their next trip to. Would you have any tips that you would want to share with any prospective guests? Anything that they shouldn't forget to get when they're planning their trip, or anything that they should be careful about while they're visiting you?
Okay. Yeah. Again, like I said, we're not a hotel. It's not like a fully cemented hotel structure that you'll find in our place. Rather, what we have are glamping tents and huts, and they're directly on nature. So they're in a beach setting, or like a like a forest setting. So to go to our place, I think you'll be probably need to be somebody who likes nature, who likes the outdoors, who likes to connect uh, with Mother Nature, but to do it comfortably, with air conditioning and private toilets, bidets, heaters. So for tips, I think just to have an open mind and try to experience something that's not the ordinary, not your ordinary setting. Um, and also it's a way to just just try to interact with Mother Nature. Um, yeah, I think it's not really because everything else that you need, you probably get it from our team. I'm very proud of our team. We've had them for many years. They've been through many trainings and many experiences, and they are they're they're ready. They're very friendly. They'll really assist you to their fullest capacity. So all you need to bring is yourself.
Wonderful. So I guess we've come to the end of our conversation with that. Thank you so much for joining our call today, Mix. So you've painted a really pretty picture of Bataan and Playa La Caleta. I'm certainly tempted. Some of
Yeah.
the activities that you described was so wonderful, and it sounded like so calm and relaxing. I would certainly want to experience that for myself.
We're looking forward to having you, and just let us know when you're available. We'd love to host you and show you around. And I hope your viewers will have an opportunity to have a look at what we have. Our website is playalacaletabataan.ph, and on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, we are at sign Playa La Caleta Bataan. That's where you'll find all these activities and all the things you can do.
Yeah, I will certainly make it a point to check it out. So thank you so much for joining the call, and it's been great having you. We'll end the call here. So bye bye.
Thank you.